Hi, I'm Mark Scott Zicree, writer, producer, director with hundreds of hours of network credits, including Star Trek The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Babylon 5, and Sliders, plus features and bestsellers in fiction and nonfiction. I'm going to just be talking to you for a minute or two about the webinar I'm going to be doing very soon about writing science fiction. Essentially, there are three shows that made me want to be a writer in science fiction. It was the original Star Trek, Twilight Zone, and Outer Limits, and I saw those when I was a kid. And by the time I was 22, I knew I wanted to be a writer-producer working in television. And so I wrote a book called The Twilight Zone Companion, which I started writing at 22. And by the time I was 22 or 23, I was writing for network television. Now it's many years later, and I've written for all the major studios and networks. I have my own studio. I'm shooting a big epic science fiction project called Space Command with many of television's top stars. And I also just wrote a book with Guillermo del Toro. And one thing I found in terms of writing science fiction, both in film, TV, and books, is that you need to have guidance from people who are actually doing it successfully. And this is what basically gave me my career. Because when I was a kid, watching these shows and seeing movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey and Planet of the Apes, my heroes were not the actors. My heroes were the writers. And so as soon as I was old enough, I went to science fiction conventions and sought out Harlan Ellison and Ray Bradbury and George Clayton Johnson and Richard Matheson, on and on and on, D.C. Fontana, Dorothy Fontana, David Gerald, etc. And many of these people became friends and mentors. And essentially, by writing The Twilight Zone Companion, crawling through Rod Serling's attic, literally, I was learning from the top people making science fiction films and TV shows and books. So I've learned how to do this. Yeah, Ray Bradbury was my mentor. Guillermo del Toro has been my mentor and advisor. Anytime I'm writing anything or taking it out to sell it, I'm asking the people who actually know what they're doing how to do it and how to create these great science fiction universes. So it's not that hard to do, but you just have to have people who can tell you how to do it. And so I'm thrilled to be doing this webinar for Stage 32 because everything I've learned over the last 40 years of my career and beyond, I can pass on to you. And we'll talk about how to create characters, how to build universes, how to know whether something is a TV show or a movie or a book or all three, how to sell it, you name it. There'll be nothing off the table. And so fortunately it's low cost, and that way we can all enjoy it, and it's not off limits to anyone. Because for me, in my career and in my life, I think the more the merrier. There's room for everyone to succeed. There's room for everyone to have a space at the table. So I hope you join me for creating science fiction universes, and we'll be talking very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.